Hello from Dhaka, this is Rahman and you are watching Basis News. Consensus Commission wants to end talks today, says Consensus Commission Vice Chairman Prof Ali Riaz. Ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and 99 others indicted in 6 cases over plot scam. Fascist forces lurking in getting rehabilitated in politics, says BNP Acting Chairman Tarique Rahman. US President Donald Trump announces new tariffs as deadline nears. Now let's go for the details. Consensus Commission wants to end talks today, says Consensus Commission Vice Chairman Professor Ali Riaz. The National Consensus Commission of Bangladesh is aiming to conclude its discussions with political parties today, 31st July, to finalize the much anticipated July Charter. Commission Vice Chairman Professor Ali Riaz made the announcement while speaking at the beginning of the 23rd day of the second phase of the dialogue. The meeting began at 11:30 a.m. on Thursday at the Foreign Service Academy in Dhaka. Professor Ali Riaz said the second phase of talks will end today by resolving the remaining unresolved issues. He said the final draft of the State Reform Charter will then be sent to political parties for their opinions. He said that consensus has already been reached on the summaries of recommendations from 6 reform commissions. He added that there is agreement on 13 issues, with some notes of dissent, and remaining matters are expected to be resolved through mutual dialogue. Professor Ali Riaz said the background draft of the charter has already been shared with party representatives and amendment proposals are under consideration. He hoped all issues would be settled through mutual understanding, after which the final draft will be sent for signature. Today's agenda included discussion on the formation and election procedure of the upper house, the basic principles of the state, the Public Service Commission, the Anti-Corruption Commission, appointments of the Auditor General, Ombudsman, and expansion of citizens' fundamental rights. Representatives from 30 political parties attended the meeting. The meeting was broadcast live by Bangladesh Television. Ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and 99 others indicted in 6 cases over plot scam. 2 separate courts in Dhaka today, 31st July, framed charges in 6 cases filed against 100 people, including ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, over alleged irregularities in plot allocations under the RAJUK Purbachal New Town project. Judge Rabiul Alam of Dhaka Special Judge Court 4 framed charges in 3 cases. One case involves 17 people, including Sheikh Hasina and her sister Sheikh Rehana. Another case includes Sheikh Hasina and Azmina Siddiq among 18 accused. The third case was filed against Sheikh Hasina and Radwan Mujib Siddiq. The court fixed 13th August for beginning the recording of testimonies and issued arrest warrants as the accused remain absent. Judge Muhammad Abdullah Al Mamun of Dhaka Special Judge Court 5 also framed charges in 3 separate cases. One case involves 12 people, including Sheikh Hasina. The second includes 17 people, including Sheikh Hasina and her son, Sajib Wajed Joy. The third lists 18 accused, including Sheikh Hasina and Saima Wajed Putul. This court also issued arrest warrants against all accused and fixed 11th August to start recording testimonies. Anti-Corruption Commission Public Prosecutor Mir Ahmed Ali Salam confirmed the development. Earlier on 22nd July, the 2 courts set today for charge framing. On 20th July, Dhaka Metropolitan Senior Special Judge Zakir Hossain Galib forwarded the cases for trial after the accused repeatedly failed to appear before the court. On 1st July, the court had ordered gazette notifications summoning all 100 accused, including Sheikh Hasina, Sheikh Rehana, and Sajib Wajed Joy. The Anti-Corruption Commission filed the 6 cases between 12th January and 14th January 2025. The charge sheets were submitted on 10th March. Fascist forces lurking in getting rehabilitated in politics, says BNP Acting Chairman Tarique Rahman. Bangladesh Nationalist Party acting chairman Tarique Rahman warned that fascist evil forces, once defeated and expelled through the blood of martyrs, are now seeking opportunities to return to politics. He made the remarks on Wednesday, 30th July, while virtually addressing a public meeting organized by Dhaka District's Bangladesh Nationalist Party at Darul Ihsan ground in Sripur, Gonakbari, Ashulia, Savar. The program was held to honor the families of those martyred in the July mass uprising. Tarique Rahman said any wrong decision by the government could jeopardize the country's transition to democracy. He said this might lead to rise of fascism and extremism and urged the interim government to stay vigilant. The acting chairman stated that the July uprising was the result of a long-standing movement, and a large number of the martyrs were from the working class, especially from the Savar Ashulia area where extreme brutality took place. Tarique Rahman also said the workers did not have any direct interest in the quota reform movement, but joined the protest believing that their rights and the country's sovereignty would not return as long as fascist forces stayed in power. US President Donald Trump announces new tariffs as deadline nears. United States President Donald Trump announced fresh tariffs just hours ahead of a major trade deadline on 1st August. The announcement was made in Washington on Wednesday, 30th July. South Korea secured a last-minute deal with the United States. Tariffs on its exports were set at 15%, lower than the 25% initially threatened. The White House said South Korea would also invest a large sum of money in the United States. Tariffs on automobiles, one of Seoul's key exports, will remain at 15%. This is in line with the terms given to Japan and the European Union. However, President Donald Trump imposed a 50% tariff on Brazilian exports and a 25% tariff on Indian goods. He also warned of trade consequences for Canada following its announcement to support Palestinian statehood at the United Nations General Assembly in September. Brazil's tariff implementation was delayed to 6th August. Many products were exempted, including orange juice, civil aircraft, iron ore, and selected energy items. Sanctions were also placed on Brazilian Supreme Court Justice Alexandre de Moraes over his handling of the trial of Jair Bolsonaro. Indian exports will face 25% duties from Friday, 1st August. Washington and New Delhi failed to reach a trade agreement. President Donald Trump warned India of an additional unspecified penalty over purchases of Russian weapons and energy. Trump wrote on his Truth Social platform that he did not care what India did with Russia, adding that they could take their dead economies down together for all he cared. Regarding Canada, the United States President wrote on Truth Social that recognizing Palestinian statehood would make it difficult to reach any trade agreement. In addition, President Donald Trump signed an order to apply 50% tariffs on specific copper products. The exemption for low-value foreign shipments was also lifted. Copper ores, concentrates, and cathodes were excluded. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said that trade deals were also reached with Cambodia and Thailand, although no details were provided. President Donald Trump said the deadline would not be extended and called 1st August a big day for America in a Truth Social post. Initial trade deals were also reached with Britain, Vietnam, Japan, Indonesia, the Philippines, the European Union, and South Korea to avoid the full impact. While trade tensions between the United States and China remain, both sides are working to maintain lower tariffs under a truce. Economists have warned that the rising tariff rates may lead to higher inflation and slower economic growth. According to the Budget Lab at Yale University, the current average effective tariff rate in the United States is the highest since the 1930s. Consumer prices may rise further as inventories run low and businesses pass on additional costs. That's all for now. For more information, visit bssnews.net. Thanks for watching.